Ottawa County Sheriff Jeremy Floyd is indicted for embezzlement. A developer with plans to renovate the now fire-damaged Olivia building in Joplin details what's next.
Friends and family of a Crawford County farmer come together to pay their respects in a unique way. I'm Kate Kelly with that story just ahead.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities have arrested the Ottawa County, Oklahoma sheriff. This is KOAM News at 6. Sheriff Jeremy Floyd has been indicted on charges of embezzlement and perjury. KOAM's Zach Dodge joins us from outside the sheriff's office in Miami with details of the sheriff's arrest.
Jeremy Floyd is currently being held inside the jail he oversees after being arrested by the Miami Police Department this morning. That came after a multi-county grand jury indicted Floyd for embezzlement and perjury yesterday. Court records show the embezzlement charge comes from March 2018, when he allegedly used $1,100 to purchase a plane ticket for his wife. The perjury charge is tied to his recent bid for re-election. The indictment alleges he lied when he swore under oath that he had not been under probation for embezzlement in the past. Ottawa County Commissioner Russell Earl says he isn't really surprised to hear the news.
It's been a long time coming. We knew we had problems at least 2 years ago. And of course, that's why we ordered the investigative audit. And then of course, that took a long time, longer than we anticipated. I'm glad that it's almost behind us. It's been a long 3 years.
Floyd is being held on a $50,000 bond. Now that he's been indicted, the full trial will happen right here in Ottawa County District Court. Under Sheriff Dan Cook is assuming the sheriff's role until Sheriff-elect David Dean takes office January 1st. Reporting live in Miami, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Obviously, we'll watch for updates. Zach, thanks. Sheriff Floyd has had a few conflicts with county commissioners, largely over his office's budget. In December of 2019, the commissioners decided Floyd would be held personally responsible for any overages in his budget by sending him a bill for the difference. At the time, Floyd said the county was being too restrictive after cutting his budget by $400,000 from 2018 to 2019. Despite damage from fire last week, the future of the Olivia building in downtown Joplin was still looking bright. But as KOAM's Chris Warner explains, that future is a little darker today.
The Bywater Development Group had plans to rehabilitate the Olivia building using tax credits from the Missouri Housing Development Commission. However, that application has been denied, leaving the Olivia's future uncertain. Despite the fire on December 7th, the building was still deemed structurally sound and plans from Bywater for the Olivia could still move forward. However, the MHDC notified Bywater this week that their application had been denied. In a statement provided to KOAM, Bywater says they, quote, greatly regret having to share this bad news with the Joplin community. We sincerely wish the MHDC outcome could have been different. We cannot adequately express our appreciation for the remarkable display of community-wide concern, effort, support, and desire to see a new future for the Olivia building. We thank all for your partnership and wish everyone the absolute best in your ongoing efforts with the Olivia building and your many other efforts to improve and grow your community. There are still local efforts in place to try and save the Olivia building, but timing is key and getting a new roof on the building is crucial. Reporting from the Olivia building at 4th and Moffett in downtown, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
Chris, thanks. Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at the weather. Hi, Doug.
Hey, Dal. It actually turned out to be a pretty good day for us today. We shot well into the 50s, even though we've had a lot of mid and upper level clouds across the region throughout the day. And then on top of that, extremely windy. But we have a weak storm system which is going to roll through for us tonight. You can already see a few blips, a few tiny little showers popping up in central parts of Missouri. But the winds have been crazy. South winds 20 to 30. We've had gusts today in that 40 to 45 mile per hour range. The winds are diminishing a little bit for us now. Our gusts are kind of between 30 and 40, but still super windy across the area. Temperatures upper 40s to near 50. We'll drop back into the mid 30s later on tonight, but we are going to have these on and off light showers developing. So we're going to be talking more about that and of course look at Christmas here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. Joplin Health Department says 4 more residents have died with COVID-19. The residents were 2 men, ages 75 and 82, and 2 women, 95 and 96. These latest deaths bring the city's total now to 86. Saying goodbye to a loved one is never easy, especially during these times when so many funeral services are being altered by COVID-19. KOAM's Kate Kelly shares how a Crawford County family found a safe way to bring the community in on a fitting farewell for a well-respected Brazelton, Kansas farmer.
Michael E. Vietz was a man his daughter describes as kind and fair, a dedicated farmer in Brazelton, Kansas. One thing he loved was tractors, and that's why dozens of them appeared along the route to his final resting place.
Seeing all the equipment today lined up, especially the John Deere tractors and combines, that just would have made him smile even bigger to know that everybody was there for him.
This combine holds special significance for Mike's longtime neighbor and friend, Jack Beasley. He bought it from him a while back, but made sure it was in attendance as the procession moved past.
He loved green, and he loved John Deere, so it's just a special thing to do. Love to do it.
Mike died on December 13th at the age of 67 after a long battle with vascular dementia. His friends, family, and neighbors say they'll always remember him with a smile.
Just a special guy. You know, we'd visit. I'd be up feeding in the evening, and he'd come out and we'd visit for a half hour or so just about what's going on, you know, about cattle and farming. So what farmers do.
Mike loved to go for long drives across the countryside, probably passing by the same spots where pieces of farm equipment proudly stood in his honor. It's a simple yet powerful gesture for this tight-knit farming community.
Neighbors in small town America just love each other.
Based on what happened today, I think we felt like the community really showed us how much of a great man he was, even beyond what we already knew.
In Crawford County, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
Mike is survived by his wife, 6 children, and 10 grandchildren, all thankful for the loving display they witnessed in Girard today. Spokesperson for Kansas Governor Laura Kelly says she's seeking a second term. Kelly became governor of Kansas in 2018 after defeating Chris Kobach in the general election. The spokesperson said Governor Kelly is focused on the pandemic and the state's economic recovery, but said, quote, of course she is running for re-election. The Oklahoma State Board of Education has suspended the state's school report cards. The board voted to suspend report cards because of significant disruptions in instruction due to the pandemic. Students will still have to take federally required tests during the spring. Still ahead, the Pittsburgh Police Department plays Santa as part of their family response program, and how you can pick up some new artwork while helping future artists in Joplin. The family response advocates who work with the Pittsburgh Police Department were busy today bringing some happy holidays to some 4-state families. This footage comes from Girard, where the family response team stopped by to help a mom who's had trouble finding work during the pandemic and give her kids some fun Christmas gifts. Those gifts were made possible thanks to donations from Pittsburgh police officers and other members of the Crawford County community. A Joplin mechanic whose mission is to give back to his community is getting some of that energy in return. Joplin's Higher Power Garage helps low-income folks with low-cost car repairs. Well, someone recently stole a car hauler trailer from that business, and that's when community members stepped up to provide the garage with a new trailer. Mike Gideon, the man who operates the garage, was impressed with how his neighbors rallied around him in a time of need.
Pretty amazing to see how people have come together to support our mission here. You know, I feel like we have a pretty unique mission.
24 people and organizations raised the funds for that trailer. Today at Chaos Brewing in Joplin, buying a piece of art could help inspire the next generation of artists. The brewery and Flatline Inc. tonight are hosting an art auction. Proceeds go to buy art supplies for children in need at Children's Haven in the Lafayette House. That art auction goes until 10 tonight. A little bit later, the Chiefs defense has a tough matchup ahead as they take on the Saints. The voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, takes a look at what it could take for the Chiefs to leave New Orleans with a win.
Well, it turned out to be a great Friday for us today. Temperatures fantastic as we went well into the 50s for highs. And we had some sunshine during the morning hours. Clouds kind of snuck in during the afternoon ahead of our next storm system. But for the second half of December, pretty good day for us today, except the wind. A few showers tonight. A weak little wave is going to rotate through. We're going to warm back up early next week. And then we're going to get a brief Arctic front next Wednesday. So we got to watch those things as we head into Christmas. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. Still, temperature is pretty good. 49 Yates Center, 49 Oswego, 50 in Miami, Anderson at 50. Nevada is sitting at 50 degrees. But the winds have been crazy strong today. Most of the day, we've had sustained winds in that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. They have backed off just a little bit. Still, we're getting winds in that 15 to 20 mile per hour range. But look at the gust. We're getting gust 40 to 45 earlier today. Now we're kind of in that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. But still, it's going to be breezy as we work through the rest of the evening. 50 in Joplin, south winds at 20. Humidity is at 48%. We'll drop back through the 40s, eventually mid-30s later on tonight, but not as cold as what we have seen. You can really see the clouds have been thickening up all day long. There's not much underneath the clouds yet, even though we are going to get some scattered showers. There's a few random little tiny showers out across central parts of Missouri, but this will kind of fill in later on this evening. And this is mainly going to be along and south of the I-44 corridor. But besides that, we don't have too much concerns with this storm system. Let's go through time. Here's about midnight. You can see those light showers along and south of the I-44 corridor. Here's 2 a.m. Still some showers south of I-44, and then they're pretty much out of here by the time we head into the morning hours. So those random showers tonight may see a sprinkler or two early tomorrow morning, but besides that, I think Saturday looks pretty good. It's just going to be a little bit cooler than what we had today. 36 to start, 43 by noon. High temp right around 47 during the afternoon hours. So Saturday, not bad. We're going to warm up some by the time we head into Sunday. We'll make it back up near 50. And then we really warm up Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, we should go into the mid-60s. This is, of course, the beginning of official winter and heading into the holiday. But we do get a storm system in here on Wednesday. This could give us some light showers, maybe mixed with a little bit of snow, but it's going to bring through a very strong cold front. So temperatures are going to be significantly colder Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day. But our chances for a white Christmas, very, very slim. Now, we do have storm systems right after Christmas. We have one that's going to come in next weekend, then early the following week that we could get some wintry weather out of those. But prior to Christmas, chances pretty slim. 47 tomorrow, 50 on Sunday, 58 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday, and then those showers cooling down on Wednesday, 52 and dropping only 37 for a high Christmas Eve.
Wow. So white Christmas unlikely, but cold Christmas almost certainly.
Absolutely. Yeah, cold, but probably brown.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, we're going to hear from the voice of the Chiefs in this week's A Minute with Mitch. Plus, an Oklahoma 8-man football team finds itself in some surprising places in its search for a place to practice ahead of a state championship game.
Pittsburgh.
The Kansas City Chiefs hit the road this weekend for a showdown with the New Orleans Saints. Like every Friday night, it's time now to hear from the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch Holthus, in this week's Minute with Mitch.
Fans always want their defense to sack the quarterback, but I've learned the most damaging play for the enemy quarterback is a batted or changed pass at or near the line of scrimmage. One could argue the Chiefs won Super Bowl 54 because of it, with KC's defensive front deflecting, knocking down, or altering 7 of San Francisco's last 10 passes. Pittsburgh's first loss this year was a batted pass that was intercepted. Denver's defensive line deflected 3 of Patrick Mahomes' passes back on December the 6th. It's not just an incompletion or interception. it usually wipes out a big passing play, thus messing with the psyche of the quarterback or the mood of the opposing play caller who knew they had the right play called. This week, count how many Saints passes the Chiefs can bat down with their defensive front. It just might decide the game on this Minute with Mitch. The Minute with Mitch is brought to you by KOAM Jewelry. Every day's game day, KOAM Jewelry, Pittsburgh, Joplin.
Sunday's game is going to kick off at 3:25 p.m. right here on KOAM. Preparing for a state championship game is stressful enough. We'll now add in a struggle to find a place to practice for that game. As Dan Hawk shows us, that's what the Dewar, Oklahoma Dragons were faced with, but they're ready to play for the gold.
Dewar has had a long history of playoff football in Oklahoma.
Ready, let's go.
39 playoff appearances and 2 runner-ups. This year, the Dragons want to finish with their first gold ball.
No drop balls, Lyman.
You know, Dewar's been in the playoffs a lot. We're at the top of the list of teams in the playoffs without a state championship, so we're looking forward to maybe getting that monkey off our back.
While dealing with the weather and having no field to practice on because of snow, the Dragons have been literally everywhere to get ready for Laverne. Practicing in Ada, the school's indoor facility, here at Okmulgee today, but even practicing in a rodeo arena at world champion bull rider Terry Don West venue in Salem.
I've been everywhere, man.
Just like the old Johnny Cash song.
There's nothing more 8-man football, there's nothing more Dewar, Oklahoma than practicing in a rodeo arena.
Only part of it had been cut up for rodeo, and so the rest of it was pretty packed. We pretty much did a walkthrough. We enjoyed the day and had a good time. We installed things and things like that, so it was quite an experience.
Again, that was Dan Hawk reporting from Dewar, Oklahoma. Some St. Louis restaurant owners are adding a new charge to customers' final bill, a fuel charge. Since indoor dining is prohibited in St. Louis County, restaurants have been forced outdoors. Not wanting their customers to freeze, these same restaurant owners have begun buying up outdoor heaters. Those, of course, require fuel to work, which, when you're buying tanks of propane a day, can get pretty expensive. So restaurants like the Royale have added a $5 an hour charge to help fund the fuel, something regular customers like Chris King are willing to pay.
We plan to keep meeting here every Thursday for lunch as long as he's open. I'll be here chattering my teeth and eating some good food.
The Royale is also offering a $25 a month package for unlimited access to their courtyard. A final check on the weather is next. We take time now to honor a local veteran, Craig Dwayne Thompson. The Joplin native served in the U.S. Army during Operation Iraqi Freedom, and we are proud to salute Craig Thompson. He's tonight's four-state hero. The Neosho Exchange Club today joined a national effort to honor fallen veterans. The Exchange Club laid a wreath at the Patriots Memorial. It's part of a larger event called Wreaths Across America. That event took place in 2,100 locations across our nation. Checking back in with Doug now for a final look at the weather.
All right, Dal, a few random showers for us tonight, especially along and south of I-44. So we're going to have a lot of morning clouds, some sunshine during the afternoon. 47 for a high, so a little cooler tomorrow, but 50 on Sunday, 58 on Monday, 65 on Tuesday. Looking great, and then a strong cold front rolls in right before Christmas.
See you at 10. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.